Bills, I just spotted the BAZ. There's one out there. Yep, a BAZ. Looks like one I've already got in my collection. Cat view as well. I've been thinking I might as well take this to the house. Give it a clean up. Stick that in the vise. We've got bolted to a tree stump. We've got a good strong solid vise bolted to a solid tree stump. I'm going to put a long pole on this and straighten this out if possible. I've got to get my mega meter and stuff as well. And probably bring that too because I want to monitor the current in that motor, make sure it's okay. That's probably it. And yeah, that house I just saw the BAZ at. It's one of these BAZs. With that fascia and the later nameplate on it. Alright. Okay, viewers. I've got a new set of wash machine bolts. Put one in there. This HPM was a replaced only because it had a bit of damage. Someone bloody stuck a screwdriver or something in it, or an incorrect pin or something. That's only cosmetic there, but mechanically it's good. So that's going to replace this one. Just I forgot it's got the stuck in the closed position, that switch. So I'm going to replace that one with this one. Gave us a good tap with a hammer. It's a lot straighter than what it was, so I'm going to get some sandpaper on it and clean it up. I'll do the tests first, make sure the motor's okay before I go any further. Then test the welder and get everything all redo the holes in the bottom so they're nice and strong. Alright. It just caused a good nick. I like how to fold the earth pin down. The two-piece folded pin. And when I file it, then the other half breaks off. But the cord itself is in good serviceable condition, so I had another thick 15 amp spare leads anymore, so I had to grab that off the air conditioner that was there. Alright, let's do some mega tests. I'll test this welder first, make sure it's okay before I plug it in. Gotta have one of these. You come across old motors and old gear, get one of these. These things are potential lifesavers. Here's mega meters, 1000 volts. There we go. Gotta go on this way, that's right. Alright, I'll set the camera up here, the redneck method. I wish I had bought my tripod. Oh well. Case. Nope. No shorts putting it live in the case. We've got earth, that's good. Yep, the earth is a good strong connection. That's the main thing. Neutral. No shorts between neutral and the case, that's good. No continuity in the windings. Alright, the primary winding is good. We have a good connection in the primary. That is good. Turn that off. Alright, the welder test's safe, so that's okay. Got a good decent A reading too, so it's healthy and serviceable. Alright, now the motor. Oh, yeah, see? Oh man, I've got to get the tripod out. Bloody forgot it. Forgot the bloody tripod. Close the door a bit, eh? Man, I missed the old caravan. Yeah, my Core 2 quad arrived too, thanks to Machine Man, Callum. That's also known as Callum. So I went past the post office on the way to the storage to get this stuff. Alright, motor to neutral. Oh. Hang on, I'm getting there. Let's see, I got, what's that, 150 milliohms between neutral and the case. I think this motor could be bad. Active in the case, the motor, 170 milliohms. Oh dear. I think it's bugging. Damn it. Windings. Start windings 0 milliohms, possibly open. Oh, damn it. Always do this too, because they can store a little bit of a charge in there. Gives a good kick, those megometers. Just watch Electro Boom, he's funny. I guess I'll autopsy this thing and have a good close look inside. Maybe because there's a bit of dirt and shit in here. Just was outdoors for a bit, this one. No, capacitors store that charge. So, it's got a capacitor, be aware, it may store that charge. And it could possibly damage it if it's not rated to that surge voltage I'm putting through it. I'm going to disconnect the capacitor and test it again and see what reading I get. It's copped a hit, maybe to get more microfarads out of it or something like people do with AA batteries, huh? Dent them and it supposedly gets a bit of life out of them. Doesn't really work with these. I wonder what farad rating that is. This is all it is. This motor could be fixable. This company only did lighting now. They were Crompton Lighting, they're called now. They're based in China. This used to make some bloody good motors, this company, when they were based in Australia. Crompton and Parkinson were two companies. And they had parted out, and now it's just Crompton Lighting. And boy, they make some shit now. Bugger. Pulls 40 amps and this stalls. Doesn't want to try and rotate. That doesn't trip in time though. With or without that, 40 amps. Hums. Stalled rotor. There's no torque there anymore. Bugger. This is a proper air compressor rated motor. 1.5 horsepower, 150 RPM, which is what I really need for the air compressor. One phase, 240 volt AC, class E, CMP or CMR I think, which is compressor duty, 7.8 amps. I think that's at 7.8 amps. I think that's start. It says 4 amps running. A Hawker Siddeley company. Yeah, these are bloody good motors, these. But it's bloody buggered. Damn it. Compressor duty, just what I bloody needed, and it's buggered. Oh, well, the welder passed, so I'll plug the welder in now. I've got the breakers. Now that I've got those breakers, I'm off the readers on this board and whack some circuit breakers on here. Because I've already got federal fuses on this circuit here. Federal fuses are a bit slow blowing and you might end up, doing more damage to the house wiring if you're not careful. I do miss my old 3-phase, I tell you. Although I do have it, this house has got 3-phase, but put the power point in, it's going to cost a fair bit of money. No load in the water. Yeah, they haven't got any plugs to go in there. I want to take note not to short these out against the casing with the terminals that I make. So I test the water. It passed the mega test quite well. Yeah, got a lot of fold down pins. Alright. Yep. Quiet. Look at that. Alright, turn that off. I'm going to get me meter. I'm going to get the, let's see, this the voltage as well. Oh yep, this can measure voltage, beautiful. And what volts is this output? What voltage this thing's got? No, it doesn't say what voltage I get in the output. So if I put that in the work, which is my common, and I'll test each individual tap, what the voltages are. High. Bad connection. Oh, hang on. Duh! Got the wrong connection in you dopey. Ground. Yes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, always pay attention where your plugs are. Now it's going to work. I'll go on the 750 volt range. Anything up to that voltage you're to measure, so I'll go back on. Now I'm going to get a reading. Ooh, I've got 61 volts on the low tap. Medium, 63 volts. 46 volts on the high tap, between tap to tap. 16 volt difference between low and high. I've got but it works. It's not a very high voltage motor, so it's not for big chunky jobs. For a little backyard, it's perfect. The other one was 80 volts, the big one I've got. This is about here, as you just saw. It will do nearly everything that bigger one does, but it's good. It's just healthy. I bet the terminals in here back as well, because when this case was loose, it pushed the terminals forward into here. So the previous operator had it, threw it out because of that, and it was didn't really look after it, and especially the power cord it had. It was only insulated by duct tape, and it just crumbled and crumbled until it shorted out, and he just gave up fixing it. So that's good. This unfortunately is buggered. Oh well. Have to stick to my 3-phase motors. Oh well, get the power cord off it. You can see how I turn it on. Look at the spark I got off it. Yeah, constant 40 amps. It should pull that for a quick second to kickstart itself, and that's it. Not continuously 40 amps. This doesn't even barely twitch, so I think we have a short. And judging by the mega tests, I think this was going on the ground. So this, there is no RCD in this meter box that I can see. So, a bit dangerous here. Had this been on an RCD circuit, it would have tripped. I might take the cord off, and it's unfortunately scrap. Bugger. Oh well. Let's replace the power port in that BOZ. Alright, unplug safety first for carry out our electrical work. Unscrew this. I have got another one of these too I've kept for parts in my parts bin. The fascia will go on his back part, which is a good I kept those parts. It's an older 75, I think that was dated, that one. That's one of when they first went to that shape. Those HPMs. Hey, little spider, I wonder what he wants. Hey, little fella, off the way. Alright. Oh, look there. Burn through. Yikes. Looks like a burn through there. Little divot there. Dangerous. So we'll get some load wheel action. Just no room really to have it secure and everything. It's not going to get bumped too much, so just be careful that it not damage it. Push that back through. Beautiful, fits perfectly. I'll probably get some electrodes made for this. Electrodes made for this now. Now I've got to get some cable, and I could probably get away with just soldering a blob on the end of it and flattening it with a hammer to make our plugs to go in there, but just using the cable itself as a handle. Because if I use my meter terminal blocks, they're quite chunky, and then I got the bolts sticking out of those, and they're going to hit here and weld the case up. So I could, in theory, instead of bolting the screws on to the cable with those terminal blocks, solder them on using those as well, but I don't think those go long enough anyway to go through the clip on those clips anyway, so I think I'm better off doing it the other method, just using the solder and then build up the wire and just flatten it and make the actual terminal itself using the soldered end. It's probably the safest way to do it. I'm quite pleased this has worked out to be a good project. It's worked out and working very well. If it tested this far, it's going to do a good job welding. Now I'm going to probably put one in the middle actually. Yeah, there's an extra one in the middle on both sides, just to give it some rigidity. Because if it keeps tearing off and falling apart like that, it's going to do damage to the windings in there. So, alright, now let's fix that and do this bolt in there. Project's completed. All done. New power port. Alright, I'm going to put a brake on this so they can right here. If they'll fit wires to go through there, out of the meter, breaker, then this. So I put one of the breakers here, I reckon it'll go good here, next to the BOZ. Yeah, because this circuitry at this house doesn't have It's mostly fettable fuses. I'd rather not try and play those and just use a breaker, reset it for brakes. Easy. I might even, I haven't got a larger DIN rail terminal box for my RCD. I've got the 10 amp one Trader Trev sent me, but 10 amps a bit too low. I got the other 3-phase 40 amp one from our old switchboard I showed when we had the when we upgraded to a bigger one. I needed one that would accommodate a 3-phase one. I just use that on here, so I got 30 amp on that, limited on that. At least it's got an RCD in it. It'd be wise to use an RCD because this house doesn't actually have one. I'll clean this up, get the cord cleaned up. That's all done, tech screwed. Beautiful, easy. Very nice little welder. Alright, let's salvage this power cord. That'll be it. Okay, it's a duo instead, but oh well. It's a 2.13 GHz Costa Rican made CPU. It's a later one. Oh well, good spare. It's newer than the other Core 2 Duo I got. Yeah, I want to try and upgrade the my old motherboard that was in here. It supports the Core 2 Quad. I'd like to put a Core 2 Quad in that one. Then that board's maxed out. Anyway, it's alright. Cheers for that. Thanks for watching.